I'm very fortunate. I've got a really strong sheriff's posse, and who knows, someday, I call on them all the time, and they've never once let me down, no matter what I ask them to do. And God only knows what may be on the horizon. With regard to that, I want to thank you guys for coming and being here today and representing the outfit. It's a terrific outfit. You won't find a better group of people anywhere. Thanks, you guys. I'm going to jump over to the other side of the table, and I think I'm going to ask my good friend Dean Wilson from Del Norte County to come on up, and, if he doesn't mind, and speak to you folks. He's been a leader in this whole process from the very get-go, and we're really lucky, and I'm proud to be up here with you. Thanks, Dean. As I'm coming into this area, and seeing all the farmland and seeing all the work that's gone into creating this area, knowing the generation after generation of the hard work and labor and sweat and toil to make this hard ground with a lot of rock in it produce and become something where people have lived and have flourished. Not too dissimilar from our county, although we don't have as much rock. We have a nice fertile area where the river has made the ground very rich. And so we have an agricultural community there that has existed there since settlers first came to that valley and to that area of the coast. And they've worked that land and they've made a life for themselves and their family. We have a beautiful harbor, one of the most gorgeous spots on the coast, but it's a treacherous place to work. But people have made a living there in my community for generation after generation. We have, per capita, the most productive harbor on the coast, from San Francisco all the way to Seattle. No single fisherman makes more money except out of our harbor per license, out of our area. But the ability to make a living is being challenged every day. Those in the fishing industry in our county are now facing the Marine Life Protection Act, where the federal government is protecting off certain areas around some of the most productive reefs in our area from being fished. Our agriculture is being threatened. They're now saying that in order to water your cattle, in order to water your crops, that you have to take a taking permit, because the water that you're drawing from your wells to do that irrigation, the water that you're holding in your ponds that you're irrigating with, would have gone to the rivers that the federal government has authority over, would sustain the wetlands or protect the species. Right now, instead of the spotted owl, we have the coho salmon. As you well know, Siskiyous well know, the coho salmon is now the soup du jour for the environmentalists to try to shut down and stop agriculture along those rivers. Not just along the rivers, but within wide swaths of the rivers, because they say any water that's taken away from the rivers threatens and endangers the survivability of the coho salmon. Those that went to Wairika and have listened know that that not only is a fallacy, but it is the weapon of choice, that they're choosing to stop our ability for people that live the way that we do in rural communities, to stop our way of life. They also take our land and they place it into monuments, or they place it into more public lands. The government pays the NGO, whatever the environmental group, they pay them to buy the land, and then the land is then turned over to the federal government, so that it's taken off of our rolls. It's no longer private holding. It's no longer used for timber, those things that sustain our and feed local government so that we can do what is necessary for the people. They're trying to drive away and eliminate our ability to live the life that we want to live. The ability to have water is life. Your ability to hunt, to fish, to feed your family, to grow crops upon your land, to keep a shelter above your head. Those are your rights by birth, by life. And God gave it to us, and nobody can take it away. As a sheriff, those that stand with me have sworn to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. It says in the beginning, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, to establish justice, to ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, to promote the general welfare, to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. The words, blessings of liberty to ourselves and to our posterity, fall to us. What will you do for freedom? What will you do for those that want to have the same benefits in life that you did? Because the time to choose is right now. The time for action is now. If you will sit in this theater and you are tired, you protect and defend this liberty that is so precious, and our freedom, which is precious. There is no more life in us. We have this one opportunity, and it is up to everyone sitting here, everyone who ever hears this, everyone who ever watches. You may be tired, you may have started in 2009 with the Tea Party, and you may have worked hard, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done in a short period of time, and this is the only time that we can do it. If we do not do it now, it will never be done, and we will lose what we value so preciously, that millions of Americans have given their blood before this day to do so, and we should be ashamed of ourselves if we do not go down fighting every inch of the way. We will not allow that to happen. So when you leave here today, as our friend the Nuge said, and got in trouble for it, when he said, if Obama gets reelected, that I may be in jail or dead. What he meant was the regulations, the rules, the controls, the things that they are trying to do, from taking our land, taking our water, taking our guns, taking our freedoms, taking our liberty, that those things that he enjoys today will be outlawed tomorrow. And those precious things that we live by today will be gone tomorrow if we do not stand and stand now. So please, help us to do what we need to do. We can protect our counties, our communities, but we the people have the only power to change what needs to be changed. We do not need politicians in Washington or in Sacramento. We need warriors, and we need them now, and you can send them. Help them to get them.